What's going on, guys? Welcome back. This video is going to be titled A Great Life is Not Found, It is Built. So one thing I've really noticed just getting older and growing up and all that is people are waiting for life to happen to them. And they wait for the feeling of wanting to get out of bed, or I don't feel like cold calling today or cold emailing today or whatever, even though you could delegate that task very well. So they don't do it, right? Instead of just building and building and building and knowing that even though you're going to experience failures on the way, you're going to eventually get to where you want to be. I believe everyone should make enough money to experience financial freedom, because you guys don't understand, if you guys are still working jobs or whatever, right? The system that's in place is very stressful, right? If you're not making enough money, they have like social cues, right? Your friends might make more money than you. And things just get more expensive, inflation, etc. So there's always that constant pressure for you to make more and do more and try to suck up to your boss or whatever. That's why side hustles are going to be so key, by the way. And if you guys are interested in learning how to make money online like I do, I know I probably sound like one of those fucking guys on the internet that just fucking sells courses and doesn't actually do what they do. I have a media company. So my media company does content marketing and social media marketing. I just restarted my social media marketing side, SMMA, right? So I just restarted that. I focused hard on my content marketing side. So I have a course that I do promote that encapsulates everything that I did in the last 4 years in a 1 week or 2 week course, however long it takes you to watch the videos. I went through the trial and error stuff. So if you guys want to learn about that, you can WhatsApp me on my website, which is masculineenergy.net. And if anybody has any relationship questions, go there as well. There's a little WhatsApp thing in the bottom right corner. Just send me a message. And look, if you guys want free advice, you're going to be pretty much like last in line. Okay? I know you guys want quick questions answered, but I have so much to catch up on because I had the sickness. Okay? And I'll tell you one thing about that, by the way. I'll give you a quick little update before I go back into the fucking title of this video. So for if you guys have been if you follow my channel, I put a post out that I got the vid, all right? And look, here's one thing I'll tell you about it, because some of you have been asking me. I've had way worse flus and sicknesses than that. The only thing about this one that's weird is the body pains. That's all I felt. Right, so like right here, I felt a weird pain, and on my side, I felt a weird pain, and on the back of my neck, I felt a weird pain when I was fully going through it. But that was about it. Now I feel fine, right? I have a little bit of a throat thing going on, right? But that's about it. So, so just so you guys know, my experience is mine, right? But I'm telling you, I've had way worse ones than that, and I don't know, I'm not going to go into it in this video. Anyway, if you guys want to learn about the money stuff, just message me or email me. Everything's going to be in the description box below. Everything that you need to do to contact me is down below. So a great life is built, okay? Now, if you have money, right? Like if you had inheritance, your parents are wealthy, you have a head start. The only thing about people that have that is they didn't go through the struggles of trying to figure it out. They didn't go through the trials and tribulations. Usually they had someone to bail them out. And when you have someone to bail you out, usually you're not as resourceful as you could be. You didn't rely on your own energy as much as as much as somebody else who is, going through it when they're completely broke. However, you do have a head start. Usually you can, just get money to fund your stuff, because look, my content marketing stuff, the more content I put out, the more money I get. Okay. And look, every business is sort of set up in a systemized way. So if you understand that system, you can actually apply it to every single business, most businesses, right? So for social media marketing, for example, because this video is not really about relationships, but it ties in, and I'll tie it in the end. When I do social media marketing stuff right now, I hire a salesperson, right? I just restarted that. So I'm hiring a salesperson to bring in leads in a specific niche. And that's another thing about building a great life is focus. Learn how to focus. Right now, we're in the most distracted time ever. Shiny objects all over the place. Even within the social media marketing world, there's like, oh, you want to do stuff for gym clients. You want to do stuff for e-commerce businesses. You want to do stuff for your own shit, right? So you have to focus on one niche until successful. When I focused and started making money online, you guys, Amazon FBA, e-commerce, social media marketing, content marketing, what else? There's all kinds of online businesses now, right? Web development. And here's the thing, guys, all of them work, but you need to put in your energy laser focused until that one thing you did becomes successful. Building your life, right, takes focus and awareness. So you have to first look at the one area in your life that you really want to conquer. Most of you guys want to conquer your finances. So start your side hustles. Okay, I cannot stress it enough. The way our world's going, right? Everything's shifting right now to a more online world. Okay? So for example, one of the things that I had to do before was meet people, business owners, in person. They want to meet you in person. Now it's like, hey, I'll call you and do a video call, and that's normal now. So that's just one of the scratching the wind above the iceberg in terms of what's changed. I know that made no sense, but fuck it. So the idea is you guys should never limit yourselves to just your comfortable little cozy job. Because here's the thing, it's not that safe. It really isn't. As soon as they know how to replace you with something cheaper, they will do it. Because as a business owner, why the fuck would I pay someone to do a job for $50K when somebody will do it for $25 and they will do it better? That's the way it works. So we're shifting in that direction, ladies and gentlemen. So learn. Don't stop learning. That is the key lesson. And that's why you always hear such generic advice from like billionaires. They'll always tell you, invest in yourself, learn, read books. Like they'll tell you that generic ass advice. And I remember listening to that when I was trying to, become, get more net worth, so to speak. And I was like, this is stupidest advice. Why would anybody ever listen to this? Right? And it's true. Because you end up coming across something that you never knew before eventually. So I have enough high income skills that I never ever need to work again because I understand the world that I can apply those skills to. Copywriting, Facebook advertisements, within my market. But here's the thing, I don't even need to do them. I can just hire somebody to do it for me that does a better job than I will because that's what they do. And then I pay them on a monthly per client basis. So let's change gears just a little bit and shift this over to how this applies to women. So most of you guys are here because you have ex back, trying to get your exes back and all that. So the thing is, when you are dominating areas of your life, your energy changes. Your confidence, that's what confidence means, right? It means you're comfortable in your own skin. You have but less pressures, or the pressures you do have aren't diminishing you because you are actually stronger to handle them. Like when you first start a business and you have your first problem, you're going to have your first problem. Somebody's going to refund you for the first time and you're going to be like, fuck. That's the way it works, right? And then you're going to be like, okay, so, and that's the way God or the universe or whatever prepares you for things in your life, throwing little things at you, and then you can handle them, and then you get stronger. Okay. So I remember when I had my first refund for coaching, right? They didn't have time. We couldn't match up because they lived in Australia, right? We couldn't match up a time and they were like, hey, I'm just going to refund it. And I was actually like mad at the time. This was like years ago, guys. This was like a long time ago. Because two things. First of all, I wanted the money, all right? But the real reason, alongside that was I really did want to help them because I knew their situation, right? Because I always get people to send it in to me or whatever. And I was like, look, I can help you, right? Just let's figure this time zone thing out. Anyway, so that was it's so dumb. And today that's a problem that I have completely figured out, right? So that's the whole thing. That's the thing that you guys need to understand. When you learn and you go through things, breakups, right? See, everyone sees a breakup as this huge, this big finale of an event in their life, and they don't even realize that there are so many people out there in this world that you could date that would like you. Okay, so it's everyone has a scarcity mindset. That's what this all comes back to. So building a great life is going from scarcity to abundant. And that is where you will have a different swagger to you. Okay? You're going to have a completely different energy or confidence. So if you look up the Hawkins scale of consciousness, right? I think I have it over there somewhere. It's laminated. So there are like a bunch of different energies. Okay? Vibration, right? When you have a vibrational mismatch, meaning if you guys Google this right now, Hawkins scale of consciousness, and you'll see like courage, neutrality. Okay, that's when the power starts to go into your life, and then underneath courage is all force, anger, desire, pride, fear, grief, apathy, shame. Okay, so these are the things that you're going to experience when you go through a breakup. All the stuff in the force category, but leading up to your breakup, a vibrational mismatch always ends up happening. So too much negativity is what I call it. Usually in the relationship, somebody gets either too predictable, too complacent, right? And then when they get complacent, they realize that they're losing their relationship, and then they start having a vibrational mismatch. So instead of both of them being neutral, because women, we all know this, guys, they don't want to date down. Women want to date up. That doesn't always just mean physical appearance. That means they want to look up to you. If they're in a courage vibrational energy, they want you to be in neutral, willingness, love, peace, joy, enlightenment, all that shit higher. I know this sounds woo-woo. From my side of this, and I've looked at how many situations, like hundreds and hundreds of situations. That is what I'm seeing. I'm just giving it to you on the spiritual energy side, instead of just saying physics. So what happens in relationships? Well, somebody either gets insecure, complacent, right? One of those two is the two major, 99% of them come from those two things, or a combination of both. Okay? So, for example, lately I've had a lot of people that are like, oh, I'm in this long distance relationship. And then they have these. So here's what people in long distance relationships always do. I know this doesn't apply to most of you, but check this out. This is what some of you guys do in close relationships, but on a more subtle level. So in a long distance relationship, the dude and the chick are obviously dating, however far away they are. Usually the longer the distance, the more needy they are for each other, especially the dudes. The dudes will go, oh, because of our distance, we need to communicate all the fucking time. Where are you? Hey, want to FaceTime? What you up to, babe? I miss you. I love you. Oh my God, I can't wait to see you. Blah, 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 blah. The only thing a long distance relationship needs to succeed is a fucking plan. Don't underestimate what a plan can do for a relationship. First of all, don't do long distance relationships. But if you're in one, if you ever do go into one, there needs to be a plan, and that leader of that needs to be you. So you say, this is when we're going to meet each other, schedule your times and shit. But you as the man, you can't just be reaching out to her all the fucking time. She'll reach out to you, and then you say, hey, on Friday, we can have a Skype date. Until then, I'm building my business. And see, there's this preconceived notion that because it's a long distance relationship, you must be available. That is not true. And that is why long distance relationships don't ever work. There's no plan, and there's no understanding of how actual attraction works. You do not need to reach out to the person that you care about. And the reason why people do is because they're fearful. See, vibrational mismatch. They're fearful. Because if they think that if they don't reach out to their ex enough, someone else is going to come along. And look, long distance relationships usually end because someone nearby is entering that person's life now. And they're close. Because there's literally no point in doing a long distance relationship. There really isn't. There is not. Look, you're running a risk of just breaking your heart. Like, go date people near you. Okay? Now, here's the only exception to this rule. If your relationship started out close, and then for job reasons or whatever, you guys had to separate, that's okay, right? Because usually there's a plan to make sure everything happens, but it still runs the risk. It's a lot more risky. Because we know around here, women don't actually love you. They love how you make them feel. Okay, that's why after 15 years, she's like, I no longer love you. What they're really saying is, I no longer love how you make me feel anymore. You're not exciting, you're boring, you're this, you're that. That's how it always happens. And that's why you need to understand the game. You need to understand women. You need to understand attraction skills. Look, you don't have to believe what the fuck I'm telling you, right? But just apply these skills anyway. They're never going to hurt you, and see what happens. Okay, I did the same thing. When Corey Wayne said that to me, right, there were certain things that I was like, because my old dumb blue pill conditioning was being challenged, right? And when you have that, you're like, okay, I'm either going to listen or I'm going to ignore this advice. But here's the thing, my current system was not working for me. That's why I searched him out in the first place ages and ages ago as I was learning this shit, right? And Doc Love. So these two dudes, I was like, okay, I need to learn something new here because what's happening is not working for me. And then after that, right, I installed a new operating system into my head. That's when it all came together. A great life is not found, it is built. And you build it brick by brick by brick. It just takes time. And a lot of you guys are not willing to put in the time. But life goes on. Life goes on. Build your foundation, build your life. And then the later years in your life, you know, if you're in your 20s, right? If you do this business stuff online, you can usually get to a really, 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 really good income within 3 years, 2 to 3 to 5 years, something like that. Depending on how hard you work, because a lot of you guys have jobs. And after 10 years of doing this, right, what you'll notice is you will never, ever, ever have to work again. Okay? So after that, because I highly underestimated what I would get after 5 years, let alone 10. So there's that saying too. It's like people overestimate what they can do in a year, but underestimate what they can do in 10. I'd say overestimate the year and vastly underestimate 5. 5 years of laser focus changes your entire... 6 months of laser focus will change your entire life, guys. Anyway, focus. You guys got this. Done. Oh, wait, not done. Coaching and everything like that is done down below, or you can go to my website, masculineenergy.net, and there's a little WhatsApp thing in the bottom corner that goes straight to my phone. Done.